Alright, TK1636 back with the legs. Now I'm going to go ahead and I've already trimmed the arms on both RS. I've trimmed the ab plate, all that stuff. Now I'm going to get to the legs, and then after that I have just little, just minor stuff. So again, with the arms, it was 7.5 on both sides equals 15. On the legs, it's 10. So again, there's only one return edge, just like the arms, other than the bicep. There's one return edge. So that'll be 10. This one just cuts to the line. So I'll go ahead and get started on that. This one's a little bit harder to work with, only because it's bigger. Other than that, it's not that hard. And then I'm just cutting the return edge on the inside to where it's at. I'm not going to mess with this one. Return this, do the return edge on this side. I'm going to make it smaller, the return edge on both sides, once I put it together, but right now I'm not going to mess with it. So I'll go ahead and make 10. This time it's 10 and that's 7.5. So this one's going to be a little bit harder to make the edge. Kind of stick it in something, hold it in there. Okay. I'm going to follow what I just marked. So to make it easier for me to cut it, I like to bend the piece in I just cut. It kind of helps me hold the armor steady so I can get somewhat of a straight line. I don't need a perfect line because I got a belt sander. I'm just going to sand it on the belt sander and I can get the line from there. So there's a line right here. Line's right there. I cut off that much. It's about 15 that I cut off. So again, I'm making it to screen accurate size. So I don't need all of the return edge, but I have plenty here that when I put them together, depending on how big you are, this should be enough for a bigger guy. A smaller guy, I'm going to be cutting off on both sides in the back a lot more. But in the front, I'm leaving it 10. Alright, so I cut both sides off. I'm going to cut this side now. And then I'm going to wait until I cut the other ones before I do the 10mm and cut it. So I don't need the stencil, the number. I know which die goes on which die. I cut that one off. Sometimes when I trim these out, I'll glue them together. Once I'm done, then I'll trim a lot of the return edge off I don't need. bend a lot, or very easily, so I just cut it right down the center so that I can bend it to help me while I'm cutting. So I do this with every thigh. And this one's got the little famous notch right here on the top of the thigh. Okay, get this side. So this one's going to still have the number on it, but again, I don't need it. Okay, so all 4 thighs are cut out. Now, there's 2 lines here. I don't need the second one. So what I'm going to do is it's going to look silly if you just cut to this one and leave that one. So I'm just going to cut that off. And what you're going to end up having to do is whatever thigh, or I'm sorry, shin goes with this one, you're going to have to trim it down to the same length. I have no idea why they put 2 edges, but we want this to be nice and flat, because if you leave a little return edge, it might chew up your boot. So this is the back part, so we're going to trim that. We're going to leave the ridge part for now. So sometimes this part of the shin can be tricky. So I have the blade, because sometimes my serrated edge, if it drags against the plastic, it kind of leaves marks in the plastic. I want to keep it nice and clean around the edge, so I won't try to trim in that area. What I'm doing is I'm cutting a notch because that one piece doesn't really bend very easily. So I cut out that edge so that I can get it to bend easier for me. So there's all the edges except for the very end where I'm going to measure it. So just like the forearm, I'm cutting off the return edge for the bottom of the shin. None of that's going to be seen anyways, because it'll be right there by your boot. It'll be pretty far down. Not a lot of people look down that far. So now that's the front. I'm going to cut the back. And again, just to the line. Not any shorter or any longer. I'm just cutting to the line, getting rid of that Anovos line. So same thing with these. These are a little bit more open, so I can actually get the 10 steps in there and not worry about messing up the edge. So I'm going to leave this edge, trim the back. But the cool thing about this plastic is even if you do screw up, you cut it, scrape it, while you're building, after you're done building, doesn't matter, you can always sand it down lightly with coarse and then finer grits, and then polish it out with some Anovos, and you won't even notice it. But some people like the beat up look. Some people like it nice and shiny. Only one way to find out is once you get it together and you actually wear it, then you'll figure out which one you like better. So these two, I noticed, are a lot wider here than these. So if I remember correctly, I might be wrong, is the wider one goes out, but then it's wider in this one, inside one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and measure them, trim those, and then get the Anovos. I'm sorry, the RS.